Hi, just not traded this yet. We've triggered short, but we are holding this baseline, so this floor. So just looking to see if we can hold that floor and pop back up the other side. So I'm just waiting for a bit more confirmation. Data in 12 minutes. So at the moment, going by the rules, we should still be looking for a short at that 2025 level. But because of mixed signals, I'm just holding fire at the moment. Obviously the gap fill is begging. So if we close under that floor, then I'll start to fade it. But at the moment, just sitting tight. Okay, I'll talk to you in a couple of minutes. Yeah, going by the rules, we should be looking for about a short, we should be looking to sell around about that 625 level on IG. But that's a potential signal bar on the floor, so it's mixed signals. So just, if we start to close higher, then I'll look to buy. I would obviously much prefer this to get closer to the gap. So if we reject this halfway mark and then start to close lower, I'll get short. If we start to close higher, I'll get long. I'm just giving it a bit more time. So if we close under here, I'll short 600. If we start to hold here and close higher, then I'll buy. That's the plan. So being a little bit more cautious this session. Talk to you in a couple of minutes. Yeah, I'm just sampling along here. I think this has got. I think that's a signal bar. And if we close above this 625, I'm just sampling. I've gone long. Just see if we can close higher here. Talk to you in a minute. So just to be clear, I am long this. Just treating this as a signal bar, just to make absolutely clear. And I bought a dip. Now I just need to see if. Tell you what, let's just look at this 5-minute chart. Let's just see if we can close above that and break out of that little bit of resistance. Okay, talk to you in a minute. Okay, I'm just scaling out, couple of contracts off, taken off half. So I've taken this as a signal bar. At the moment this is working. Has my chart just frozen? No, that seems to be working okay. Yeah, so I just took it off of this, took half off of this resistance. Now just seeing if that can pull back. One of my stocks is picking up as well. Okay, so I got a quick sort of 40 pips out of that. So potentially going to reload around about here. Okay, just going to buy one, just going to add a little bit to my current position. Okay, just filled on a pullback. So just took half, scaled back in a little bit more on this pullback. Now looking to see if we can break up. So this is just my own particular style of trading. I mean, it's a legitimate scalper school exit at the ceiling there. Bear in mind we have been quite range bound this week so far anyway. A good 40 pips is not a bad little move just in the first half hour. Now just looking to see if this, so I'm treating this as wave one into that resistance. Now this pullback is potentially wave two, and we could, if wave three works out, we should close above 650 and then go and at least test that resistance. Okay, so let's see, maybe they just sold into it, it's possible. Could still get stopped out, of course. There is a lot of resistance at this 650 area. Okay, so let's see how the 15-minute closes. Now, so I'm quite fully loaded here, so let's just see if we can close above, or at least let's see if we can get back up to 650 first. And let's see if we can push through. Now the futures gap is up there at 910. So there's a lot of opposition here. Okay. One of the reasons why I chose to ignore the short signal is this zone. So I'm just interested to see if, so we've got the gap up here. Well, they've got the Friday low there. And of course we've got this resistance from the Asian high. So just a question of whether this 15-minute chart has got what it takes to pump through that, come off of this 50%, and so we've got a higher close here on the 50%, so we're just butting up against a lot of resistance again. Now it's a question of whether we can punch through. So in terms of the 5-minute chart, we've had some data at 1 o'clock. What I'm talking about, 3 o'clock. That was direction 1. That was the direction of the data. That's the pullback. Now the question is, can we break through that resistance? Okay, so it's all on the back of this signal bar. Okay, currently doing pretty good. So on data, I always try and get in on the completion of wave 2 and the start of wave 3. Now the volume supports this theory as well. If you look at the volume at the bottom of the 5-minute chart, it seems to be, it's really pausing here, obviously. That 15-minute chart, that's you know, could see some decent short covering to push this through. Am I a bit too optimistic? I could be, possible. Am I a bit too bullish on this? Let's see. So we've closed above the range now. So the signal bar so the floor was bought at 598 after the signal bar triggered. We've been up to this resistance twice before, took one load of profit off, another load of profit back on the pullback. Now let's see if we can bust up. It's a big ask. Let's see if we can bust up. Okay, just going to take a little bit more profit off. What's that? Okay, so I hope this makes sense anyway, but on the golden anchor, this was a major zone that was bought in the Euro session. Can't show my trades because it's on my futures account on my other screens. Let me just check something over here. So this is a let's take a little bit of profit off again. Now, still got a position here, still got half my position. It's just a question of whether we can break now. Now this is obviously tough resistance now. This is going to be an issue. So it's possible we may come back. If you're all in, all out, I would consider taking profits there, because you should have a good 40 plus pip profit in there. Okay, moving my stop up to break even on my last half. Okay, so I'm just going to hold on to that. If we come back to 655 at some stage, that could be another fade. Okay, so we've got a very nice 15-minute close there. I would scale back in at 655. So what I'll just demonstrate on this what I've done. So signal bar, started getting into the Dow here, took some, half off there, reloaded added another contract here, moving my stop up. So just to see if this can now wave up and potentially close the gap. All right, I hope that makes sense. Any questions? Okay, well, like I said, if I get the chance to refill at 650, I will. This is what I was expecting late last night, but hey, doesn't always work that way. Yeah, I took the first bar. I took the put. I didn't get the floor. I got in a little bit earlier than that, but I got in around about 600, 605. Took half off at 655. Added another contract there at 620. Took that contract off at 685. Now I am just got my half position, my half core position, to see if we can get back, but or potentially, who knows, maybe even get back up to this area up here. Well, yeah, I waited for the signal bar to complete. Once the signal bar was complete, then I started to scale in. Then I started to load up. Once that signal bar had closed up here. So I did wait for the signal bar to close up here, and then I started getting in on these pullbacks. Okay. If you look back on the sheet, you'll see some examples. You'll see how the signal bar on the floor for a bull move, or a signal bar on the ceiling, can be very effective. I was a little bit nervous about it because we hadn't backfilled. I would have been much happier if we'd have come down here, remember the 500, 530 mark to backfill. All right, thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed that. How's your account going? How is your trading going? Are you doing okay? Okay. You have problems once you enter. Okay, I know you got a couple. I remember a couple of stop outs you got last week. I remember that you were in a good DAX short, and the DAX did a really strange push higher before it dropped, didn't it? Okay. You don't take profits like me. Okay. Well, I'll come out of the room for now, but just give me if you want to contact me directly one-to-one on the Telegram with any questions or issues, then do that. I just need to sort of get away from my screen for a short while, leaving this trade on. But do contact me directly on Telegram with any questions and the sorts of issues that you're facing, so that we can get you profitable. Must make sure you are profitable. All right. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you later.